most realistic space movie that you've ever seen?
What's your name?
Tegan.
How do you spell it?
Teagan.
Tegan?
Yeah.
Tegan, it's nice to meet you. And Tegan asked me, what is the most realistic space movie that I've ever seen? We could start with the least realistic space movies that we've ever seen. I think the most fun space movie that I've ever seen, and my favorite space movie of all, is Galaxy Quest. I love Galaxy Quest. It's just so funny and so good, and such a good mixed up send-up of how it all goes. The most realistic one is Apollo 13, made by a guy named Ron Howard, and he actually, he was an actor as well as a director, and he actually came to where we worked and spent a long time with us and saw how we actually do things. And he worked in mission control, and he went to a launch, and he stayed with the families, and he came to our houses so that he could really understand what it was like to be an astronaut and an astronaut's family and all the people who work there. It's based on an Apollo mission. Have you seen Apollo 13? Yeah. Okay. Well, it's based on a real thing that happened, and the communication between Houston and the astronauts, the real words that they just randomly said to each other, are all recorded because it was an important time. And so Ron Howard, when he made his movie, he actually used the true dialogue that they said to each other. That's what he made his actors in his movie say, just to keep it as realistic as possible. And it's not perfect. I mean, you know, it's a movie. And they had to simplify a huge story down to 2 hours. But it's the most realistic of them all. And they made a series after that called From the Earth to the Moon. HBO did a series after that. That Tom Hanks, another actor-director, did. That it's very true to life. So if you're looking for what it's like to fly in space and what it's like to be an astronaut, those are probably the best. Visually, though, if you want to see what it looks like to be an astronaut, Gravity is better than anything. It shows you what it looks like. The storyline isn't realistic, you know, but you know, they never intended it to be realistic from a storyline or a technical point of view. But if you want to see what space is like, I would go to see Gravity. And if you want to know absolutely nothing about it, then go see Space Cowboys or Armageddon or one of those, yeah, which are fun but have nothing to do with anything. But,